It started with a USB and ended with a man completely undone. Jim Jones sat quietly in the courtroom, arms folded, trying to hold on to whatever dignity he had left. But the moment Cameron passed that small drive to the clerk, the entire room shifted. The screen lit up. The footage wasn't just unexpected, it was surgical. Chrissy in heels and a hoodie, walking into a hotel with another man. Not Jim. It was Reggie. The timestamp was burned into the corner, 9:13 p.m. outside the Moran Hotel in Soho. The video had angles, audio, everything. Chrissy's voice whispered something no one was ready for. Let him stay clueless. Jim didn't flinch, didn't blink. But something inside him cracked. You could feel it. Mama Jones froze. Cameron leaned back with the satisfaction of someone who'd waited years for this exact moment. But this wasn't a spontaneous betrayal. Chrissy knew there were cameras. Her body language, the way she spoke, it all felt choreographed. As if she wanted this to be seen. As if this was part of the plan. What made it worse wasn't just the infidelity, it was the contrast. Just months earlier, Jim was on Podcast Yet saying Chrissy was his everything, his anchor, his breath. But there she was, glass of wine in hand, dim lights casting soft shadows, whispering to Reggie, "With you, I can finally breathe. I don't feel trapped." And the look in her eyes? Calm. Free. It cut deeper than the betrayal itself. Rumors about Reggie had swirled for months. Chrissy brushed them off, saying he was just a friend. But friends don't check into hotels late at night or toast under candlelight. The whispers turned to confirmation, and as the video played, Jim sat up, rigid. You could see him bracing, like he already knew. But knowing and watching are two different things. Then came the line that shattered the silence. Chrissy on the phone, telling someone, "Jim still thinks I'm at my cousin's. He's so dumb." The courtroom went still. Mama Jones tried to get up, yelling. Security held her back. Jim collapsed, hands to his chest, struggling to breathe. EMTs rushed in. The judge stopped everything. And that was just the opening clip. The next scene only deepened the wound. Chrissy leaned against the hotel bed frame, swirling her wine, laughing. "This is where I feel real," she said. "With you, I'm not pretending." She didn't know the footage would end up here, but she knew someone was recording. That much was clear. The suite belonged to one of Reggie's friends, someone known for always having cameras running. Whether Chrissy underestimated Cameron or overestimated Reggie's loyalty, the damage was done. Some sources claimed Cameron had an inside source. Others believed Reggie gave up the footage after Chrissy ghosted him. Either way, Cameron had proof. And not just of the cheating, but of something deeper. Something criminal. Because just when people thought this was about heartbreak, Chrissy dropped a line that changed everything. "Reggie helped me clean that mess up. I told them it was a donation." That wasn't just pillow talk. That was a potential confession. Chrissy was already under scrutiny for shady charity dealings. Now it looked like she might have been hiding evidence. On video. The DA paused the trial. Everything felt surreal, but it wasn't over. When the court resumed, Cameron's team had more. A voicemail 3 weeks before the hotel footage. Chrissy's voice panicked, desperate. "Mona, if Jim finds out, the season's over. Cameron can't see that clip. You promised me it was deleted." But it wasn't. It was here in court, played for everyone, including Jim's mother. The tape showed not only deception, but a deliberate attempt to suppress the truth. And when Chrissy whispered to her lawyer, trying to downplay it, "Just say I was drunk," the courtroom shook its head in disbelief. The footage was crystal clear. Her voice was steady. That excuse wouldn't fly. Still, it didn't stop there. Next came a clip from months earlier, behind the scenes on Love and Hip Hop New York. Chrissy and Yandi talking during a break. Neither knew they were being recorded. Chrissy sighed. I'm just doing this for Mona. One more season. After that, I'm done pretending. Yandi asked, pretending what? Chrissy said it plain. That Jim and I are still together. We've been over. I just haven't said it out loud. Fans who once adored her flipped instantly. Set Up Queen started trending. Old clips resurfaced. Tweets people missed now felt like warnings. And Mama Jones, she stormed down the hallway outside the court shouting, "She ruined my son!" That woman is a snake. Security tried to stop her, but it was too late. The meltdown was already viral. TikToks, memes, edits, everywhere. Then Cameron's lawyer pulled out another bombshell. Printed emails. Chrissy asking someone to delete footage from a private server. I need that room wiped by Monday, she wrote. If it leaks, Jim won't recover. Neither will the show. It was a smoking gun. Not just cheating. Not just lying. This was manipulation. Media control, a full-on cover-up. Jim finally spoke. One question. Was any of it real? Chrissy didn't answer. Just looked down. Her silence echoed. Even the judge paused, not because of the drama, but because VH1's legal team had entered the fray. They claimed some of the clips might violate confidentiality agreements. But the judge didn't care about network politics. He asked Chrissy directly, "Did you try to influence this case with media tactics?" Her voice cracked. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I was scared. Scared of what? Losing Jim? Losing the lie? Losing control? Then came the final blow. Text from Reggie's burner phone. He wrote to a friend, "She played me too." Said she'd leave him. Now I'm the villain. Cameron has the clips. I should have shared them all. She begged me not to. So there were more videos, more evidence, more betrayal. By the end, Jim walked out alone. No Chrissy, no Mona. No cameras shielding him. Just a man left in the aftermath of betrayal. Reporters asked Cameron outside, "Do you think Jim deserved this?" Cameron looked straight at the camera and said, "No." But sometimes the truth doesn't care who it hurts. The internet erupted, memes flooded in, edits of Jim's face with captions like "folded like hotel sheets," sad music overlays, threads decoding Chrissy's old interviews, Mama Jones's old quote, "You love the camera more than my son," suddenly felt prophetic. And then came the ripple effects. Cameron's legal team filed another motion. Reggie, it turns out, had worked in post-production. He had access to editing servers. This wasn't just drama, it was potential fraud. Sponsors pulled out. Production halted. Mona Scott unfollowed Chrissy. VH1 tried to suppress the footage, but it was too late. Jim's lawyer filed a $2.3 million lawsuit against Chrissy for emotional and financial damage. Her ex, Marcus, called her out publicly. Said she used Jim for clout. Fans called her the architect. Cameron dropped a teaser. You saw the courtroom. Now see the full story. It hit 5 million views in hours. Chrissy remained silent. Mama Jones went live, seething. And Jim? He disappeared from the public eye, choosing peace over publicity. The love story that once played out on TV screens ended not with a breakup, but with a USB, a courtroom, and the undeniable collapse of everything that was supposed to be real.